Meanwhile, at the Brentwood Ridge Manor in the living room, Gwen's on her iPad till someone knocked on the door. And as Gwen put her iPad down, and as she got up and went and got the door. Soon she arrived and got it, and it's Sasha. I hope this isn't a bad time. No, come in. And as Sasha came in, and Gwen closed the door and led her to the living room. And as they head and sat on the couch. Have you had brekkie yet? I can have the staff, it's fine. I just came to see how you're doing, and I appreciate that a lot. Meanwhile, at the Grandview Diner, Yolanda's finished eating breakfast while looking at her lawsuit papers. And as Stephanie came to the table where Yolanda is, and Yolanda saw her. Seems you're going through with this. Yeah, it seems so. And as Stephanie sat down and faced Yolanda. Look, if you need anything to pursue this, yeah, I do. Okay, what is it? Stay the hell out of it. Meanwhile, outside the Grandview Diner, Cole got his iPhone from his car charger. And as he got out and closed his car door, and turned and saw Tracy there. Really? Do you just appear out of nowhere just to scare a hell of people? I try not to, but it's really getting kind of hard. What do you want? I want to help you, okay? We both know you don't do anything without something in return. Let's worry about that later. Let's not, because I don't want your help. Meanwhile, at the Applegate apartment in Abby's apartment in the living room, Abby came in and saw Ricky there, and as she closed the door and went to where Ricky is, who's on the couch, and he got up and came to where Abby is. Hey you. Hey you. I have some good news. You do? What's that? The place that used to be the auto shop where you were working is officially ours. Abby, that's great news. Also, it's perfect for my new group to perform when everything gets sorted. Yeah, I heard what happened to Lucas, and by the look on your face, you think it was Crystal. Meanwhile, at the Los Angeles International Hospital in the waiting room in the emergency floor area, Victoria came down the hall with 2 cups of coffee and saw Rachel sit on the couch and went and gave her one, which she accepted. And as Victoria sat down next to Rachel, thank you, by the way. Don't worry, he will pull through soon, I know. I sent most of the kids home to change and come back when they can. Actually, I'm glad you're here because it'll get us a chance to talk. Meanwhile, in the dining room, Sheldon's looking at his iPhone with Molly's number. And as Thomas came to where Sheldon is, who sits amongst his brother. Everything alright? And as Sheldon looked up just as Thomas arrived to where he is. Yeah, aside from worrying about Dad, dude, our dad's been through a lot, including dealing with the Philip drama. You're right, I just have to stay positive. I got a better idea. And as Thomas shows Sheldon the engagement box. Meanwhile, on the roof, Carly's looking at the view of downtown Los Angeles, till Ethan came to where Carly is. And as Carly turned and saw Ethan there. What's going on? I should really be asking you that. I'm fine, really I am. Look, I'm glad I found you. I was hoping we can talk. About what? The future of us. Meanwhile, in Casey's room, Hannah came in. And as she closed the door and went to where Casey is, who's still in a coma, while she has a flashback of her and Jordan talking. Okay, what's his story? I'm afraid he's not on the market since he's married. If that's the case, then why she isn't here by his side? She is here at times when she can be, which is why I'm leaving him in your care. And there's a flashback in with Hannah looking at Casey. Meanwhile, in the waiting area on the first floor, Melissa went and got herself a cup of coffee. Just as Nate came to where Melissa is, and as Melissa put the coffee pot down, and as she turned and saw Nate there. Really, Nate? Didn't we say what we need to say to each other? I know. Look, we can't be seen together. Too late for that. And as Molly came to where they are, and Melissa and Nate saw her. What's going on here? Nothing. What he said? Nothing. Seriously? You two are sleeping together? Meanwhile, in Jeff's room, Jeff's in bed with Vanessa beside him. I just love how powerful our love has become. Even though it was just believe me when I say meeting you when you moved here was the best thing that ever happened. Even though my ex-girlfriend told you, I don't give a damn what Chelsea says when I see the person right for myself. I love you. I love you too. And as they began kissing each other, just as Jason came in and knocked on the door. And as they pull away and saw Jason. Sorry to disturb you two. What's going on? I need to ask you some questions regarding Barbie. I don't understand. Well, let me fill you both in. He was murdered at the church. Vanessa, can you give us a minute? Wrong. I'm not going anywhere for the matter. Meanwhile, at the Fernsdale Ridge Manor, Crystal and Michael came in. And as Michael closed the door, and as he turned and faced his daughter, and she turned and faced him. Thank you so much for getting me out of there. I mean, that raiment was such... Hey, can you tell me the reason to why you drug and kidnapped Lucas? Really, Dad? I thought you and all people would be on my side. Apparently I was wrong. And as Crystal headed to the living room, and Michael followed her. And she turned and saw her dad there. I just want to understand what's going on here. Let me break it down for you. I'm still in love with Lucas, Dad. I always will be. Really? And then Nancy came in. And Crystal and Michael saw her. That might be cute and all. The only thing is, honey, he's with Faith. You know, the one you sacked from the singing group. Meanwhile, at the Brentwood Ridge Manor in the living room, Gwen and Sasha are talking. I think I know the real reason to why you came. You do? Yeah. Adam must be at the hospital. No, I haven't saw him, and I'm not avoiding him. I have my time with him when the time is right. Look, about what I said about Andrew last, hey, it's fine. Clearly, you must have been burnt by the last guy. Yeah. It took me a long time to get past what he put me through. What he put my family through. I don't wish that for anybody for the matter. I'm sorry what happened to your brother. He did not deserve the grimsy fate he dealt with. No, Bobby was a sweet person. He was just trying to get by, one day at a time, without bullies or anyone for the factor trying to get rid of him. Meanwhile, at the Grandview Diner, Yolanda and Stephanie are talking. Look, I understand you have mixed feelings and emotions about this, but this is my battle, Stephanie, not yours. Jordan and June knew exactly what they were doing when they didn't follow protocol. Okay, and his cold wife, and sat next to his wife, and Stephanie saw. Oh hey, I didn't know you were joining us. Actually, I have to meet Oliver for some, but anyways, I see you later. And as Stephanie got up and turned and walked away, and it's cold look Yolanda. Did I miss something? Absolutely not. But this, and as Yolanda began kissing Cole. Meanwhile, outside the diner, Stephanie came out and saw Tracy there. If I didn't know any better, I'd say you're picking Tom. Aren't you cute and entertained? What are you doing here? You must not know who I be. I know exactly who you are. A person who likes to cause trouble to several people. Wow, you must got me figured out. Too bad you're wrong. Meanwhile, at the Applegate apartment and Abby's apartment in the living room, Abby and Ricky are talking. I really don't know. The fact of the matter is, Crystal's been the bane of our existence ever since she kicked Lucas' girlfriend out, not to mention about her attempt sex tape and all. I didn't want to believe that Lucas would hurt my sister, given to the last guy for what he did to her. Lucas is the kindest person on the planet, and he wouldn't hurt anyone. Yeah, I get that now. Speaking of which, what's happening to Crystal? She's in jail as we speak, and what's even funnier, I met her father, who happens to be a lawyer, who she basically introduced to me saying, quote this, "My daughter always get what she wants in the end." Sounds like she's feeling overconfident, thinking you will lose. I just wish there was a way for us to vote her out. You know what? Considering she has legal troubles, I really wouldn't worry about her. Meanwhile, at the Los Angeles International Hospital in the waiting area emergency floor, Victoria and Rachel are talking. Talk about what? My son, and how happy he is with you. Look, I know you're aware of the scandal between Thomas. It seems you are in fact unhappy with your marriage. My mother-in-law Tracy was very controlling when it comes to her son Holden. Also when it comes to our marriage. Look, overall, I can see how happy he truly is, and it's thanks to you. I love him so much, Rachel, and I would never hurt him. You know, ever since I laid my eyes on you, I knew you were the one for my son Thomas. He feels the same way about me. It's just, it feels like we were meant to be. Honestly, you are much better than Yolanda. Meanwhile, in Casey's room, Casey's lying in a coma while Hannah's finished checking his vitals. You would think his wife would be here, especially during the holidays right about now. I couldn't agree more. And as Lauren came in, and Hannah turned him sour, and as Lauren closed the door. You must be Casey Wheeler's sister, Lauren Wheeler, Hannah Nightstill. Oh, you the sister of the Nightstill twins? Don't I know it? Those two had quite a reputation. Yeah, I can see that. Anyways, I've been assigned to your brother's case, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask. How is he? So far, he hasn't moved, but don't give up hope. There's this little thing called a Christmas miracle, and you never know. He might come out of this coma sooner than you think. Meanwhile, in the waiting area on the first floor, Melissa, Nate, and Molly are talking. Can you broadcast that even more louder? Why aren't you here? Sheldon, remember my soon-to-be husband? Really? When he's back together with Alice? A girl can dream, can she? Besides, I'm being there for Sheldon, who's going through a lot with his father in the coma right now. And I'm also aware that Alice is here. Real cute, playing the wife-to-be. Yeah, I am from the matter. Now, getting back to you. Really, Melissa? You've only been married to Adam for a month and you're already having an affair with this guy? How do you even know that? From the look on your face as you just confirmed it. Meanwhile, around the corner, Adam is there, who heard everything what Molly said to Melissa and Nate. Meanwhile, in Jeff's room, Jeff's in bed with Vanessa beside him while they're facing Jason. That's really adorable, but seriously, I need to do my job. Then surely you can do it with my girlfriend here, unless that's gonna be a fine. In fact, I need to punch you as well, but let's get to you first. Where were you between the hours of 5 and 8 today? He was with me, and what's this about? This is why I need to talk. Dude, unless you're gonna charge me something, then get the hell out. The reason to why I'm asking you, because you were seen with him after altercation at school earlier today. Now I know it doesn't take a genius to take a look. I didn't kill the guy, if that's what you're implying. And furthermore, I'm not saying another damn word without my lawyer present. Tell me something, Jeff, really. If you claim you didn't kill the guy, then why you need a lawyer unless you know the real reason? Meanwhile, at the Fernsdale Ridge Manor in the living room, Crystal, Nancy, and Michael are talking. Mom, where's your husband? Or did he play you just like you played? Wrong, my friend. Ben is still my husband. So much for keeping together after all. He is Heather's dad. Dad, it's only natural that my sister gets to have her parents together and not us. We're getting off base here. Your mother and I called you here because we're concerned. No, you bailed me out while she was there with her boyfriend. Anyways, I'm fine. In fact, I'll let fate stay in the group. That's the way they can drop this ridiculous lawsuit they have against me. You know damn well that's not gonna happen. Hey, sweetie, why don't you call one of your BFFs and do a little shopping, you know, to ease your mind. Really, dude? That's your solution to have our daughter go shopping after she committed a crime? Have you forgotten she drugged somebody? What do you think I should do, Mom? Meanwhile, at the Brentwood Ridge Manor in the living room, Gwen and Sasha are talking. Girl, I gotta say, you do know how to throw an amazing party. Thank you. Well, it was my way of getting initiated in school. Speaking of which, are you still going? Yeah, I kind of promised my parents that I would enroll and see what it's like, which makes totally no sense since it's the last day before holidays. Yeah, tell me about it. You know what would have been more interested in my party? I heard a person named Nate Valentine's want to meet me. Nate Valentine's? Yeah, do you know him? As a matter of fact, I do. I did spoke with him, and I gotta tell you, please tell me he's not as cocky like the Nightstill's twins. Well, maybe not as much, but overall, from what I'm getting from you, you don't like complication. And you being with Nate Collins might be complicated more than you think. Meanwhile, at the Grandview Diner, Yolanda and Cole are talking. Listen, I got a question for you. What is it? Look, I know we're already married, but the thing is, my parents just called and I kind of told them, and they insist that we get married again, this time in front of them. Sure. How soon you want to get remarried? How's Christmas sound? I know there's been several weddings that's happened over the last couple weeks, like Melissa and Adam getting married on Halloween and Lucy and Holden got married on Thanksgiving. Like I said before, I would marry you again if I had the chance. I love you, Yolanda Mitchell. I love you too, Cole Mitchell. Meanwhile, outside the diner, Stephanie and Tracy are talking. I'm gonna give you some advice. Stop what you're doing because Karma, my friend, is a real bitch in the factor. Am I really supposed to be fearing that? Lady, and as Andrew came to where they are, and Stephanie and Tracy saw him. You are really causing trouble almost everywhere you go. I'ma let you two hash out whatever this is. Excuse me, and as Stephanie turned and walked away. And as Tracy turned and faced Andrew. Well, if it isn't one of the Nightstill twins, how should I help you today? I don't know what you've done to my mate, Bobby, or recently Jacob, but I promise you this. Somehow or some way, I will make your life a living hell in ways you wish you have met me at all. Meanwhile, at the Applegate apartment in Abby's apartment in the living room, Ricky and Abby are talking, and as someone knocked on the door. You're expecting someone? Not that I know. I get it. And as Abby got up and went and got the door. And it's Meredith. Meredith, I was wondering, why the hell haven't you asked me to be your matron honor? I've been busy lately, but since you asked, is it not too late to be? I gladly accept. Oh, and as Meredith saw Ricky on the couch, who also saw her. I'm sorry, I didn't realize you, but it's fine, Meredith. And as Meredith came in, and as Abby closed the door, I'm gonna go take a shower. And as Ricky got up and head to the back, while Abby and Meredith went and sat on the couch and faced each other. So, when's the official date? New Year's. Dude, that's not really that much time, which is why I arranged your engagement party at the Grand View Officers Club, the same place where Melissa and Adam had theirs. I see you taking your role quite serious. I want to get you already up for the most spectacular day of your life. Meanwhile, at the Los Angeles International Hospital in the emergency waiting floor area, Victoria and Rachel are talking, just as Thomas came with a cup of coffee and gave it to his mom. Thank you for another one, even though I got one. Mom, have you slept? No, I've been up all night waiting. Hey, Thomas and I will stay waiting to see if Samuel wakes. I promise you, if anything happens, Jordan said you can use one of the rooms if you're really tired. Okay, and as Rachel got up, Mom, it's gonna be okay. And as Thomas went and hugged his mom and pulled back. Okay, I'm just gonna take a quick nap, but I'll be back. And as Rachel turned and walked away. And as Victoria came to where Thomas is, who saw her. How you holding up? Quite well. I just can't believe this is happening to us. Why is it that family's after I was protecting my sister from Philip, who raped her? That's one of the many things I love about you. You're doing what you can to protect your family. You really get me. That's also one of the many things I love about you. Meanwhile, in Casey's room, Casey's lying in a coma while Hannah and Lauren are talking, and as Lauren came to where Casey is with Hannah there. I just want my brother back so bad. Well, like I said before, anything can happen. You're right about that. So how's your holiday? Going well. Being a doctor has been like a dream, and I gotta say, doing residential at the finest hospital couldn't be better. That is true for the matter. Anyways, I'll let you spend some time with him. Excuse me. And as Hannah went, I left Casey's room, with Daniel come in with 2 cups of eggnog and went and gave Lauren one. Thanks for coming in. There's no other place I'd rather be. How did we get to be so lucky? Maybe because we're realers, and as Heather, Alex, and Tyler came in, and Danny and Lauren saw, who's always stays strong, no matter what life throws us. Meanwhile, in the dining hall, Sheldon sitting at the table, looking at his iPhone, till Alice came to where Sheldon is. And he saw, and he turned up and got up and faced her and put his iPhone up. Hey you. Thanks for spending time. Even Sheldon, it's fine. My parents are totally cool with me being here and all. I just can't believe this is happening so fast. To that feeling, really at last I remember, they said we had a target on our backs. Damn, that's really rough. I'm not letting that family tear us apart. My dad will come out of this. Meanwhile, on the roof, Carly and Ethan are talking. Look, Ethan, the fact is, with everything that's been going on, stop dragging this out, Carly. I was seeing someone. Okay, so what happened? We ended it. Well, at least that's what I thought. How long has it been? A couple of months. I really don't understand, Carly. I mean, I was trying to build a life with the both of us, and I get that very much. Then what the hell happened to us? I already told you back in New York. You would never dare for me, even though you and Thomas helped prevent Philip from raping me and saving my sister from him. The fact is, it doesn't change anything between us, and I don't think it ever will. Meanwhile, in the waiting room on the first floor, Molly, Melissa, and Nate are talking. You proud of yourself, Molly? I get to where you two coming from. Do you really? Have you ever lost your parents and feel like an orphan every single damn day, even though two people took you in and raised you as if they were their own? You don't know how we feel. Look, I can't even begin to say how sorry I am on what happened to your parents. But it seems to me the two of you turned quite well to be cheating. Molly, you don't know what you're talking about, so why don't you back the hell up? Dude, she's married to a husband who's probably wondering to where she is right now. Nate was just comes. That's your husband's job, not his. What's going on? And it's Adam came where they are, and Molly, Melissa, and Nate saw him. Meanwhile, in Jeff's room, Jeff's lying in bed with Vanessa while they face Jason. I have nothing to hide at all. Even though my friendship with Bobby changed dramatically. You mean when you found out Vanessa was Bobby's wife? Which is completely false. Tracy's just using it to cause friction. Okay, here's the deal. I'm not gonna ask you any more questions for now, but as for you, Vanessa, I do have one question. What's that? Where were you between the hours of 5 and 9? She was with me for the matter. I want to hear from her to verify. Yes, I was with him. You know what, Vanessa? I get to what your family's going through, and I'm sorry for what happened with your dad, but lying to the police, it's something you don't want to do because it's gonna create another scandal for your family. Meanwhile, at the Fernsdale Ridge Manor in the living room, Crystal, Nancy, and Michael are talking. What should you do? Oh, right. You're on probation, thanks to my husband, which means you're Punk's mom. I'm an adult here. Honey, it's my fault. Really. I've been spoiling you by giving you anything you desire, but I'm afraid that ends. We may not be able to ground you, but we are revoking your trust fund. Seriously? You guys are being unfair. You can't do that. I'm afraid you can. Because I just did. You need to learn how to start showing respect to those around you. And also, you're gonna have to earn the things you want from now on, which does not include you having Slater getting the things you want. And how the hell is supposed to do that? Well, there is this term called work. And speaking of which, if you want to continue to live in this house, you will be paying rent. Wrong, because I have another place I can stay rent-free. While at the Brentwood Ridge Manor in the living room, Winnie and Sasha are talking. Well, Sasha, we all had complication. His life's more complicated than you think. How do you mean by that? Well, first of all, his parents was brutally killed in a train derailment along with Melissa's. So Rachel and Samuel took them in and raised them as if they were their own. Wow, I did not know about that. So you see, complication. That is why he might need me. There's more. What do you mean? I've been hearing this distinct rumor that he's dating Sheldon's sister, Carly Edgewood. Carly as in, yes, the exact girl holding publicly kissed on the news months ago. It's exactly what I said from the get-go. Complication, something you really don't need. But you know what? In the end, it's really your choice. And I'm just looking out for you. Thank you. I appreciate that a lot. So I'm gonna give you the same advice. Just hang in there. I know once Adam sees you, he'll realize he'll belong with you. Thank you. Anyways, I better be heading back to the hospital, seeing that I might be, Call me if anything happens to Jacob. Will do. And as Sasha got up and turned and walk away. And as Gwen thinking, complications. That might be more interesting than being with a nightstand. Meanwhile, at the Grandview Diner, Yolanda and Cole are talking. Okay, looks like you and I have some waiting time to do. Hey, I promise you, our second trip down the aisle will be just like paradise. Anyways, my family should be flying in no later than tomorrow. I cannot wait to meet them. Look, I know you and I just got married so soon that my family didn't get a chance to know you. Well, they will get a chance. Speaking of which, yeah, there's something I need to tell you about my family. The fact of the matter is, well, my mom divorced my dad a while ago, and I haven't exactly been the same since. But I'm sure my mom can come since she lives in San Diego, which just ain't too far. Okay, I have some more news that I want to tell you. Wow, so many revelations today. I already told you before when I dropped out of high school a few years ago due to a situation. Yeah, I get that. You already took care of it. The thing is, I'm strongly considering to complete my senior year. In fact, I'm thinking about doing it. Meanwhile, outside the Grandview Diner, Tracy and Andrew are talking. You should really watch who you threaten, considering what happened. What do you mean by that? Your mate Bobby, who was found murdered at the church. And you really think I had something to do? Face it, Andrew. You, Jeff, and Vanessa are the main suspects as you know it. What are you getting at? Soon, the cops will be coming after you. You know awfully a lot about what's been going on, and why is that? I'm a teacher, and I see things, and I know there's altercation between your twin brother, and also, I bet you had a little interaction with as well. First of all, you're not a cop. Second of all, I don't like being treated if I did something. Bobby was one of my mates. If he was really one of your mates, you're doing a hell of a job. You know what? I don't need to hear this. Excuse me. And as Andrew turned and walked away. And as Tracy thinking, but you do for the matter. Of course, the three of you don't know it, but I'm afraid your troubles is just beginning. Meanwhile, in the taxi, Stephanie's on her way to the safe house. And as she got her iPhone and called Oliver. Oliver, it's me. Yeah, I'm doing fine. Just letting you know I'm on my way. Meanwhile, at the Applegate apartment in Abby's apartment in the living room, Abby and Meredith are talking. While Abby came back with 2 cups of coffee and gave her one. And as she sat down and faced Meredith. How are you? I'm doing fine. You don't have to lie to me. Look, I know the other day when Corey and Allison said their vows, it must really be. You know what? The fact of the matter is, Corey's moved on with Allison, and I'm gonna have to accept that. Also, they share a son together named Hunter, which I admit I've done things that I'm not. Hey, we're all human, okay? Besides, I'm pretty certain Hunter forgives you. Yeah, he did. We had a talk, by the way, and everything's good between us. And as Meredith has the flashback of her and Hunter making love. And as the flashback ends. You okay? Yeah, I just remember I have to be somewhere, but we'll catch up later. Are you sure? Yeah, I don't want to interrupt any more time with you and your fiance. I'll call you. And as Meredith got up and went and left the flat. Just as a shirtless Ricky came back to where Abby is, and she saw and got up and went to where he is. Why she's going? She said she had to be somewhere. Oh, you mind joining me in the shower? Actually, I thought you'd never ask. And as they begin kissing each other, and as Ricky led Abby towards the bathroom. Meanwhile, at the Los Angeles International Hospital in the waiting area on the emergency floor area, Victoria and Thomas are talking. I don't know what I'd do if I didn't have you in my life. My marriage with Holden was doomed from the start, and being with you made me realize I can create a new destiny. Then why don't we go for it? In fact, I have a surprise for you. A surprise? Yeah, I'm gonna steal you away for a brief moment, if you trust me. There's nobody I would trust in my life other than you. So let's do it. And as they got up and went and walked out of the emergency room holding hands. Meanwhile, in the empty patient room, Rachel's lying in bed, and as she thinking, please get well, Samuel. I really need you. The entire family needs you. And I promise you, the person who did this is gonna wish they have met the Edgewoods. And I don't give a damn how many reinforcements they bring at us. We're gonna stand out more stronger than ever, because we Edgewoods never back down from a challenge, and we ain't planning to start today. Meanwhile, in the conference room, Hannah came in, and as she closed the door and took out her iPhone and pulled up a picture of a Cannon King and is embraced by. Meanwhile, in Casey's room, Casey's lying in a coma with Lauren and Daniel surprised by Heather, Tyler, and Alex's arrival. Oh my god, how did you guys find me? Well, we had a clue, so we decided to come here. I can't believe it. And as Lauren came and hugged Tyler, and as they pull away, and as she came and hugged Alex and pull away, no way we're spending Christmas apart. I couldn't agree more. And overall, I'm glad that you, Daniel, are here, and along with you, Heather. There's no other place I'd rather be. I've spoken to my mom. She's got her new husband, so I didn't want to spoil their little Christmas. The point is, the Wheelers are together with new family coming into place. By the way, I was just telling your brother Casey I'm not gonna hurt Lauren. Oh, we trust you. Even though my brother's in a coma, he can hear us right now. I have an idea. It's a good idea. You didn't know what it is. Yeah, I do. You want to do a Christmas here with your brother, even though, yeah, family's important to me. And soon. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Why don't we put on a little Christmas song for a little preview? Sounds like a good idea. By the way, where's Tammy? She's spending time with her family, but I told her I will be there for her no matter what. That's good to know, Alex. Yeah. Now, back that Christmas music, and as Lauren got her iPhone out and played a Christmas song, and as Daniel came and hold Lauren in a bear hug, while Heather and Tyler also hug each other, with Alex by Casey's bedside, and as all of them embrace as the music continues.
Christmas present is here today, bringing joy that may last.
All in the dining hall, Alice and Sheldon are talking. Alice, I've been doing some thinking. Wait, are you breaking up with me? Wrong. What happened with my dad made me realize how precious life can really be. Look, I know you're scared. It's not about being scared. It's about holding on to the people you love. And I love you, Alice, a lot. I love you too, Sheldon. That is why I have a gift for you. Do you really? Yeah, I do. And as Sheldon took out a gift box and presented it to Alice. Meanwhile, on the roof, Carly and Ethan are talking. Wow, when you said honest, you really meant. I'm sorry, Ethan, really I am. But the fact of the matter is, you moved on. Look, I should have been there for you more. There's no point of the woulda, coulda, shoulda. I love you, Ethan, but I love someone else as well. And I think it's about time for us to get back together. So that night, when we slept together, it was just so you can get over this guy you've seen. It's very comfortable. No, it's not, Carly. I think it's quite clear that it's over between us, and I think I know who you were with. Really? Yeah. It was the night of your sister's wedding when I came in the sanctuary and Nate was just leaving. I was asking if you were okay, because I sensed there was something clearly wrong. It was him, wasn't it? He was the guy you've been seeing for the last couple of months. Meanwhile, in the waiting area on the first floor, Melissa, Nate, and Molly are surprised by Adam's arrival. Nothing, because Molly was just wrong. You may be able to hide what's going on, but I'm not. Can we not do this here, especially in a public place? I'm pretty certain Melissa and Adam need some time alone because I need to talk to you personally. Fine. And as Molly and Nate turned and walked away, just as Adam came and hugged Melissa. And as they pulled back and faced each other, I am so sorry. I know you probably were sick to where I was. The point is, I found you, and that's all that matters. Any word on Samuel? No. He was like a father to me, and this really hits close to home. Hey, I'm here for you, and there's no way I'm going anywhere. And as Adam hugged Melissa once again, and as he held her. Meanwhile, on the balcony, Molly and Nate came out. And as they turned and faced each other, let me make one thing clear to you. There is nothing going on between me and Melissa. You can convince me to the end of time, but we both know that ain't true. Why are you so damn concerned about Adam's marriage? He doesn't deserve to get burnt. Neither does Sheldon for the matter, since his parents let you stay at their house in regards to what happened. Everyone has secrets, Molly, and sooner or later, I'm gonna find out what yours is if you don't back off. Really? Good luck with that. Excuse me. And as Molly turned and head back in the hospital. Meanwhile, in Jeff's room, Jeff's in bed with Vanessa beside him as they face Jason as he continued to question Vanessa. Are you serious right now? How the hell did you went from questioning my girlfriend to blackmail? My wife and I are conducting a full investigation here. Even though Morgan's in charge, I'm helping her out. As for you, a witness came to me stating that you and him had a little argument this morning at school, and quote this from what you said. I will kill you dead before I let you be my husband. That was just a figure of speech. And by the way, I'm not liberty to disclose that information. Of course you can't. I'm just going by what I see. And right now, you, Andrew, and Vanessa are the main suspects to Bobby's murder. My questions are done. Don't leave town, for there may be more for the matter. Excuse me. And as Jason went and left the room. And as Vanessa got up, can you believe that guy walking in here accusing you, me, and Andrew for something we didn't do? That's it. I can't do this anymore. What do you mean you can't do this anymore? And as Vanessa turned and faced Jeff, I told you at my parents' wedding that I have something I need to tell you, and I think this would be the perfect time to do it. What is it? The fact of the matter is, I had an affair.